Hey, everybody, this is Chad Daniels, and you have landed in the middle of somewhere. Hello, how are you? Thank you for coming back. Across from me, in his Trader sweatshirt, is Cyrus Amundson.
Not interested in the discussion. It's nice to see everybody.
Great to see you, too.
Been a hard morning for me.
How come?
Because the crew and cast of this particular program is gassing me up and also criticizing me at the same time. There's a lot of...
I haven't been criticizing you. I'm trying to get you on board with how you look, because we got to do this thing because I got stuff going on, and you have to comb your hair right.
It's not about combing my hair right.
And you know what I think?
There's no comb.
You know what
I
think's really thrown you?
What is really thrown me?
I think that your brother Greg is here.
My brother
and your
Greg
brother
is here,
Greg
and
looks like he is prepared for a night on the town.
He
has on a lumberjack shirt. He's got his hair combed very nicely.
His hair is combed very nicely.
He has a Henley down to right between his nipples. I would say, like, if you drew a line from nipple to nipple, that would be where the V ends.
Yep,
on
sure.
his Henley.
It looks like he's in an army that their main weapon is fucking.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
Yep, it looks like it's like he goes, "Hey, I'm here for the gangbang." But he's got slip-on boots, but a rich man's slip-on boots. They're not. When I hear slip-on boots, I go, I'm going to the store. I'm not talking he puts his feet in Timberlands that aren't laced up.
Yeah, them boots ain't got laces no more. These are the type of boots you buy if you're in finance.
They got a stretchy piece of fabric right over the ankle bone that sometimes I hit when I'm bowling.
These boots say, go ahead and accept the drink I just bought for you. I'm in finance. Take a risk. That's what they say. And I think that's part of what's going on, because Greg's a handsome guy, and I'm not in love with myself right now.
Which is silly. Your long hair looks nice. You keep fighting against it, but it's like, I know you know where scissors are. If you don't like it, fucking doll yourself.
I certainly don't think. The last time I cut my own hair, I looked like Derek Chauvin for like 4 months. So I don't think we should. You were the one who did that. You're like, just buzz it off. And then I just like Instagram comments for months like, hey, aren't you in prison?
Hold on for a second. How am I the one that did it if all I said was buzz it off, and then you actually did the buzzing?
But you know the influence that you have on me.
Okay.
You understand the
Fall
influence.
down the stairs.
Also,
hold on, look at me. Fall down the stairs.
On the program with us today, our gallery of producers, we have old hay bales, Honeycombs himself, Justin. Honeycomb Bailey.
I don't think I'll ever be able to call you hay bales again.
I think
Honeycomb Bailey is going to be the thing.
I think this is a Kobe thing. I think he used to be number whatever, and now he's number whatever. It's 824. He's changing jersey numbers. Hay bales is dead. Honeycomb is here to stay.
I'm going to get you a pleather jacket that goes down to your knee pits, whatever those things are called, the back of your knee.
I don't think they're called knee. I bet they are called knee pits,
but I don't think. Why the fuck wouldn't they be called knee pits?
But I just don't think people call them knee pits. Something about that sucks.
Oh, sorry. Back of the knee.
Yes.
4 syllables when I could say knee pits.
Knee pits.
So I'm going to get you that.
God, knee pit sounds like an STD that got out of... that ran real low. Okay, so we have Honeycomb here.
Yep.
We have not identified a nickname for Code Chode.
Right.
I mean, that is one, but he and I did discuss that on the ride home. He's not in love with it.
I'm not. I mean, it's fine, but I think there's got to be something.
Well,
else.
we know him from. He's originally from BTK painting fame.
Right.
So this is
BTK
BTK Cody. Bound Tie Kill Painting. Check them out if you're in the greater Cincinnati area.
Yeah, I wouldn't let him paint your basement because that's where you'll end up. But otherwise.
Do you guys need help painting in this crawl space that definitely doesn't smell like the must of decay? I was going to say decaying skin. The point is, can I tell you, so we're staying at my nephew Ethan's house.
Okay.
And Neath?
This is going to be a long one, huh?
Somebody shoot me. Is my hair not a good enough cry for help that somebody can't come in and do for me what I'm too coward to do for myself? So I'm just kidding. I'm so psyched to be here. Listen up. We're staying at Ethan's house.
Okay.
He lives in a house on a hill.
Yeah.
And at the bottom of the hill, the person who owns that house lives. So this person owns both these houses, and that person down on the bottom has a dog that has a heavy-duty Cujo vibe.
Okay.
And so I went to take a phone call outside yesterday, and I walked outside, and I'm on the phone, and I'm looking down, and then all of a sudden, I turn, quietly snuck up on me. There's just a dog going, and he's showing his teeth like I'm gonna puncture your skin. And I was on the phone with a person I'm not super close with.
Okay.
And I just started shouting, Cody, the dog's gonna bite me. So he has no context. He's just in the house hearing me shout, Cody, the dog's gonna bite me. To Cody's credit, comes sprinting out. Now, I don't know how we've entered into this unhealthy dynamic.
I hate it.
Where
I hate that you go running. The fact that you didn't run out and go, oh, I'm sorry, don't you mean Code Chode?
he ran out and without exaggeration, put himself in between me and the dog like he was standing in front of his fiance's would-be shooter. So he just displays
ex-fiance. We've talked about this. Ex-fiance.
Which is crazy that it's an ex if he's willing to throw himself at a dog. Now,
That's what I'm saying.
I will tell you something. Do we have the mic on back there? I will tell you something about Cody and his ex-fiance. Cody has what I would describe as a penchant for dog bites.
Okay.
Cody, do we have the mic on back there? Yeah. Cody, question for you. Could you tell Chad how many times you've been bitten by a dog in the last few years?
7. 8. 8 if I would have been bitten yesterday.
So wait a minute. How come? Like, what's been happening?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
I really like how you put that together. Why all the dog bites, Cody, in the last short period of time?
Like one time I was just in the lobby of my apartment and guy was walking in, dog saw me, bit me in the shoulder. I used to show apartments.
Hold on, no, this is too much in a row. Let's stop. Let's pause it halfway there.
Let's go one at a time,
You're in the
Bubby.
lobby, so I assume you're standing. Guy's dog shows up, bites you in the shoulder.
In the shoulder, which is like up top. You know he was going for
See
neck.
one of those big red Clifford dogs? How'd he get to your shoulder?
It jumped pretty high.
This was a jump bite?
A jump bite.
Would you get bit by Air Bud? What the fuck is happening in your life?
No, I had a dog once that bit someone in the neck, and they were pretty upset about it. And they were like,
The dog or the person?
Well, both.
Both.
Because I was like, I told you to bite jugglers, not
Jugulars. I actually think that sucked, just
We
so
can cut
everybody
that.
at home knows.
We-
Let's cut that.
we can cut
Hated that a lot.
Well, listen, I'm coming up with stuff on the fly. Give me a break.
That's a great point. My bad.
We're
Let's
gonna,
get back to these other 7
We're
dog
gonna cut that,
bites.
Justin. So you got bit. Do you bathe in meat?
I do not.
Could I hear a couple? Because I just knew the number. I didn't even know the first one was a leaping shoulder bite. What were some of the other bites?
There was 2 at one time where I was showing an
Jesus Christ, man!
apartment. I used to be like a leasing agent, and an old woman came down an alley, and both of her dogs saw me, broke free from her grip, and chased me to the end of the alley while I was getting ready to show these people an apartment, and both bit me on both of my legs.
How big were these dogs?
These were smaller. They were like a Labrador pit bull mix for both those dogs.
I mean, that has to scare the shit out of you at that point, right?
What?
That has to scare the shit out of you.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
So here's the thing,
I mean,
though.
I get it, because the first time I met you, I did want to punch you. So I understand being a dog and being like, I'm going to fucking bite this dude in the shoulder.
Yeah, we didn't have any cameras there, but when they met the first time, Chad just weirdly went. But here's the interesting thing: we're still 4 dog bites away. Here's the thing: we don't need to air out all your dirty dog laundry. But let me ask you one question. When you said to your ex-fiance, when you
Every time you say ex-fiance, it's like he's been hypnotized. And the guy was like, every time you hear ex-fiance, you'll put your hand over your face and rub your temples.
So, when you made the decision to say to your ex-fiance, I I'm just getting bitten by a lot of dogs. When you aired out that concern, what was her response?
She said it was my vibe.
And you guys were engaged to be married at the time?
Yes.
Huh. Is that why she's your ex-fiance? That's your vibe? What a bitch.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't think that's his vibe.
I don't think that's his vibe either.
I don't think that, because yesterday I watched him disarm a very scary dog for me, and I want to tell you, I went back and this sucks about me, and I know this sucks about me, but the moment he went in between us and looked at the dog, I was like, I'm going inside. And I got inside.
Of course you did.
So quick.
I don't believe it was quick, but of course you went directly inside.
It was as quick as I can get inside.
Unbelievable. The dog probably saw you moving. It was like, I've never seen this gait before. I don't know how to attack.
How do I chase someone like that? He moves like a sick bird, but I think he's a man. How is this happening?
I also want to say Joel is here, very handsome as
Ladies
well.
and gentlemen,
got a tan
Joel
on you. Got a
is
tan
here.
on him. Where you
Joel's
been?
got a tan
dude?
on. He's been in a tanning bed. Do you think Joel vacations?
He's got a tan on his face. But here's the thing.
Joel's
I don't think his good looks bother you.
Of course they don't.
Yeah, I think that because you're not related to him.
Yeah, he can
and
fuck
you've
whoever he
been
wants.
friends-
Enjoy your
right,
life. He's not a
exactly.
competitive brother.
Exactly.
I don't need old 6'7" fuck me abs showing up here while I look like I just took the garbage out before bed.
You look like the garbage that was taken out.
Don't do that.
I'm sorry.
Don't
You're
do
right.
that.
You're right. That's on me.
It doesn't. It's nice to see Joel. We don't get a lot of Joel in our lives because he does what we call. He likes to appease the man. He works.
Okay.
Joel, how many hours do you think you work a week? 90, 240, 340. He
That's
works
big
a
jump.
lot of hours.
Those are big jumps.
This is big jumps. So this is a pretty special episode to have a lot of friends in house. And you know what I think is great video content is to describe a cast of characters that no one can see.
Guess what? We don't have to. We don't have to let them see because maybe the people watching will be like, I don't think that person's handsome at all. And then now it's under the guise of us describing.
We're liars.
I'm going to tell you something.
I think we put their pictures right on the screen.
Let's do it. Let's take pictures of them after the show and put them up on the screen. Now, Joel, you're handsome all the time, but this is the best I've seen you look. This is, people always say, men age so much better.
Not you.
That's what I'm saying.
Not me.
I'm waiting patiently to age well. Maybe I've already aged out of aging well. I don't know.
No, you're past aging.
I think so.
Poorly. You're in a new.
I think you go up and then you fucking slide down the hill.
I'm aging like a bottle of wine that somebody broke in an alley.
You do smell like rotten grapes.
Thank you. Somebody just leaves an apricot in their car for a year.
When I was in 4th grade, I was out at my friend Brady and Eric's. They're fraternal twins.
Okay.
And they have a little brother named Ryan, and he had this little tiny BMX bike that I thought was funny to ride around on. So I'm riding around on that bike around the neighborhood, and then I hear a dog barking, and we knew up on the corner where you turn to get to their house, there is a German Shepherd. And so it's always in this cage.
Hitler's dog.
It's always in this cage. But not today. So I see it running towards me. So I start pedaling, chain breaks. But I'm going downhill, so I have to slowly just be like, fucking go. Sandy, they had a little Cocker Spaniel, the brothers.
Yeah.
Sandy comes out, hears me screaming, fucking tackles the German Shepherd. They start spinning around in the ditch. German Shepherd bites Sandy. Sandy yelps. I, like you, fucking run into the house. I'm like, Sandy, thank you, baby! And I'm in the house. And then she comes in. She's got a little bit of blood, but I probably saved me. I think dogs eat people.
Yeah, I think, what?
Oh, that's been a thing. Dogs, yeah.
What was the last part of that story?
Dogs can kill people. Dogs
you said
can
eat people.
Well,
though.
I mean, bite them enough to where they die. That sounds like
yeah,
eating.
that's not how eating works. But I do know what you're saying.
Sure.
It's fine. The point being, that threw me for a very hard loop.
What did?
The eating part, because it took me to a different place.
Well, I think that dogs can, they bite you enough.
Pigs eat people.
Pigs definitely eat all like the bones and everything.
Fall,
you got a pig farm,
if
you're in
you
deep
fall, that's the big thing. Don't get in a pig pen and fall and knock yourself on the head, or
just don't get in a pig pen.
Oh, how am I supposed to control the pigs?
Okay.
How good or bad of a farmer would I be?
I think you'd be good at. I think you'd be like the guy from Yellowstone.
Hell yes, I would be like the guy.
But I'm talking about Kevin Costner.
Hey,
the guy that runs.
Listen here,
the
you
ranch.
other people.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the law, and also I break the goddamn law. Now, I haven't seen Yellowstone, but that's the vibe I get from the 40 seconds I watched when my brother Jess was watching it.
I think you'd be good at owning a farm.
I think I would be.
I don't think you'd be a good farmer. I think you'd be good at owning a farm.
Do farmers not own the farm? How many farmers?
I'm going to tell you something. I don't think you'd be good at farming.
That's what I'm saying.
How many fucking technicalities are you going to throw at me? I don't think you'd be good at farming. I think you'd be good at telling people how to farm.
And that's part of being a farmer. And I think if I am
Justin, can you look up the definition of farming?
Now, first of all, Greg here and I come from generations of farmers, okay? So
you guys haven't fucking farmed one time. No one cares.
But we come from generations of farmers.
I come from generations of fathers that abandoned their family, and here I am.
And there it is. Months of this bullshit. My dad was a good dad.
He was.
And he wasn't. You can't say those back to back.
Sure, he was a good dad that finally was like, I'm sick of being a good dad.
Sure. But you don't think that colors the good part?
No.
And just to be clear, you don't think that we should any further investigate why you're doing this as of late? Why you've spent 20 years with us giggling about him being a bad dad?
I think it's funny to giggle about it.
And now you're like, but I think he was pretty... You remember that one time?
Here's what I think. I think you get a B+ in the early years.
Okay.
An F later on.
Sure.
And that brings you to a C-.
Do you think... You think you can fail the final project so bad that you steal your son's identity and saddle him with his own child support payments? And they're like, I guess that's just a regular old F. You don't think that's like an incomplete? Where they they don't give you the credits for the course?
I don't think so.
You don't think he's got to go to college again next semester? And they're like, let's try this again. That last time,
I think
you really struggled on the final.
I think the professor goes, God damn, I do not want to have to deal with this again. Pass.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think.
We caught that guy snorting coke in the gym bathroom. I don't think we should let him back into school. Just give him a C.
Yeah.
Mike Cronin.
I've heard of him.
Yes. I would say if you were ranking comedians that you wanted to go see in America, where's Mike Cronin land on that list for you?
2?
Two what?
Like the second?
Second to what?
See them what?
Yeah, I was talking about comedy.
Oh, I was talking about jumping off a cliff head first with no water underneath.
Suck it, Mike. So Mike Cronin sent me a picture that we can put up on the video screen right now. He walked into a gas station in Michigan. And the thing I like about Michigan is Michigan seems, I think when you think of Michigan, because they passed weed early, they got all those lakes, it feels like a really progressive place. Mm-hmm. But I would say 80% of Michigan... There's a very different vibe. Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I've driven through Michigan, and I feel like I should have an honorary degree in what happens during the gestation period of a child. In your baby's smiling in 9 weeks. Your baby's actually giving a thumbs up at 15 weeks. It's like, I know a lot of shit about babies.
Did you know your baby's clapping in the womb at 22 weeks?
Or is that the dad's dick bouncing off its forehead?
Take it easy. Take it easy.
That happens to kids, I think.
That's not how it works.
Oh.
So, Mike Cronin sends me a picture. He's in a gas station in Michigan.
Okay.
He sends me a picture and he just says, this guy's in a gas station, indoors. We can go ahead and, he walked out and he got a picture of him by the pump. But he saw him first indoors, and we'll put the picture on the screen. He has not one, not two, but 3 live parrots on him. And they're all just hanging out. He's walking around with 3 live parrots on him. He's got one on the shoulder, one kind of on the lower part of his hat, and then one. It kind of looks like the medal ceremony at the Parrot Olympics. Like
Yeah,
it
like
looks
they're on the podium.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like we're gonna play the Costa Rican anthem again.
No eye patch, by the way.
And no eye patch. But he does, if you zoom in real well,
On his right hip.
on his right hip, you can tell that ain't nobody coming to take my parrots from me, brother. You want my parrots, you're gonna have to take them from my cold, dead fucking hands.
Imagine one man being so gentle with animals that 3 birds will sit on him, and then another man being so bad with animals he gets bitten by 8 dogs.
Yeah.
Has a bird ever landed near you, you fucking psychopath?
So, do you? Because we probably shouldn't spend a lot of time on this because I'll just start doing an impression of this guy. Okay. That'll ruin the show. That'll alienate our audience, and then we know where things go from there. Even less money for Justin. And the text messages about money from Justin are getting a little predatory. It's like,
I don't get them. I don't get them from him. It must be just directly to you.
That sucks then, because it's worse than election season where you make a decision like, I guess I'll give $10 to that candidate, and you don't realize you're signing up for 70 texts a day.
That does kind of suck.
But if you're out in public with 3 parrots on you while you're pumping gas, I don't think there's any chance you own just 3 parrots.
Or just 1 gun.
He's like that Home Alone lady. He walks into his house and just... They all land on him on a couch, and you just see feathers everywhere, and then his just little face is fucking peeking out. It looks like he just walks to his house. There's just birds hanging off every limb. And then he probably has competitions to see which ones of them get to go out with him in public that day. But there's no way if you run around with 3 parrots on top of you that those are the only animals you own. There's 0 chance. Also, can I ask you this? Because this is clearly a good guy with a gun, right?
Well, let's talk about him leaving, first of all, right? He leaves his house, he gets to the door, and he goes, "First 3 on my shoulder get to go to the gas station." That's what happens. And he gets fucking attacked by birds, and he's like, 1, 2, 3. That's probably why he has a fucking gun, because he's like, "Number 4, get the fuck off me."
What if the parrots are actually like those women that get kept underground by a psychopath, and they're so, like they end up leaving the door open, and they're like, well, why didn't you escape? But they're so traumatized by the kidnapper. The parrots, he's just got that hip there, and the parrots are looking at each other, and then they're looking at the gun, and then they're looking at each other, and like, no, we'll just go back to the house where he does that stuff to us, God. I don't want a cracker. That sort of shit.
Yeah, anytime you hear a parrot going, "Rat, lift your tail up so I can fuck you," that's no good. Because it's like, the parrot didn't think of that. Somebody said that to a parrot, and the parrot was like, "Oh, I'm going to remember this for the rest of my life. I'm being penetrated right now."
Too dry. So he's a good guy.
Rat, you can eat after I stick it in you.
So I think he's a...
Rat, call the post office. We got a blackmail man.
Are they really gonna... I can't do it. I shouldn't do it. I don't want to do it.
Then don't do it.
You shouldn't have done that one, because now I'm...
What do you mean I shouldn't have done that? That's exactly how that guy thinks.
I hope they don't build a mosque in that empty lot.
We're being the guy.
We're being the guy.
But I do think that guy, and I bet he's a super nice dude.
Oh, I bet he's totally a super nice dude.
He ends up taking pictures because...
obviously he's doing this for the kids.
Olivia...
Obviously he's doing this for the kids. Nobody leaves the house with 3 parrots on them for themselves.
Yeah, what does Santa Claus do when he's not building presents? Well, he's got 3 birds and a gun on his hip, because he does look a little Santa-y.
He does, yeah. If Santa was a grave robber, that's kind of the vibe.
So Olivia went to Disneyland and with her friends. She goes out to school kind of near there.
Yep.
And she went out there, and she has to leave early because she has to go home and study. And there's someone with 3 parrots outside, you have to pay $10 to get pictures with these parrots.
Sure.
And so she takes the pictures, and then she sends them to me, and she sends me a picture of herself, and she's crying. And I go, what's going on? And she goes, well, I sent this picture to everybody and put it all over social media. And there's a homeless guy in the background sleeping. And it's like, I'm having this great life. And this homeless guy is my... And I go, oh, Gen Z. Oh, Gen Z. The guy's sleeping at Disneyland. I don't know. It's not horrible. But anyways, I learned... So my
Could be sleeping in Topeka.
Yeah, my whole career, I should have been learning how to do things on the computer to help, right? Like put my face on a baseball card with Photoshop and shit that everybody does. But I learned how to use...
Is that what people are doing?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that was a pretty prime indication of why you shouldn't have ever even tried to do that.
That's probably
That
true.
was your first example?
So
I'm gonna design my own packs of bubblegum called Chad Chews and hand it out like all the other comics are doing. Yum, 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 Chad Chews.
Bruh, the guy that took the picture also fucked me. Sorry, Mike. Had to get out of that one. So anyways, I learned how to do Photoshop, but every time she sends me a picture now. Yeah. So she was just, she's in Costa Rica, and she was just ziplining, and she sent me a picture of her ziplining, and then I Photoshopped the homeless guy on the zipline right behind her. So I Photoshopped that guy in every picture she sends me now, and it's fantastic.
Oh my God, that's great. Now he's a good guy with a gun.
Yeah, of course.
We've decided that. And I will say there's an argument to be made here. And I don't know how likely it is that he is the funniest person in the world. Because if you train three parrots, like, you just go to family events with three parrots, like, he could be a very, very funny person. Like, yeah, my brothers and sisters fucking hate these things.
The kids love it.
Kids love it.
And then he only has to stay for maybe 45 minutes because everyone's like, get your fucking birds out of here.
Get these dirty birds
Just so you
out
know,
of my
I wanted
new
to be
house.
here. Just so you know, I wanted to be here.
I wanted to be here. I wanted to be here. Creaky wanted to be here, Chappelle wanted to be here, and Nancy wanted to be here, but you didn't want him here.
Right.
You didn't want him here. Creaky, do you know why we call her Creaky? Because her squawk sounds a little different.
Oh, okay.
It's more of a eek. It's more of a creak.
Okay. Why do you call it Chappelle? Does he bang a microphone on his leg when he's laughing?
So he's a good guy with a gun.
He's so funny. Why does he do that?
He's a good guy with a gun.
Yeah.
He's a good guy with a gun. But if you're carrying the gun, so either he's going to make, there's two reasons to carry the gun. Either he's on his way to the bank to make a deposit. I know people like that. I know people who own their own business, who they're going from the business to the bank to put money in the bank. And
Let's see, how could I do this? Should I learn how to deposit it on my computer? Just take a picture of it?
No. Cash business.
I'll get a gun. I'll get a gun.
You're not taking... All bird-related businesses are cash business, I would assume.
That's true. You're not taking a check for a picture.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So either he's just going to make a deposit with three birds on him, or this is his normal life, and if you're a good guy with a gun, you're always on the lookout for a bad guy with a gun. And if you're a bad guy with a gun, is there a worse way to fail your mission? Like you bust into like a mall and you're like, it's time for me to kill 13 or 14 people because I haven't had sex in a while, right?
Or ever, probably.
Or probably ever. Yeah. Like I am not familiar with the touch and the feel of a human woman pussy. And so that has built in me. And a lot of the stuff my dad said to me is also in there. Sure. And then obviously I joined the military and people weren't super chill about my quirks when I was in the military, but I used that training to develop this plan. It's been a while, and now I'm going to go out and I'm going to handle business. And you walk into the mall and you're like, here we go. And then a guy with three birds on him caps you dead.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Oh, because
you're in hell like that guy, the bird guy thwarted me.
And he never shoots you in the head. It's always the stomach, just so he can walk over to you and you hear, Brat, gotcha, bitch.
The birds, he just leans over you and the birds are like, this is his favorite part.
Brat, it's going to get dark soon. Yeah, also, though, do you think there's a third reason he'd have a gun? Like
he's gonna kill himself in front of his birds?
No, I think it's that people like us see him at a gas station and go, Brat, fill her up. And he's like, without even looking, just fucking whack, whack. I'm positive of that.
Yeah, I think the thing that sucks about you and me is we really painted him in a negative light, and if we met him, I think we'd be pretty pro bird guy.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest, I think that all of our first initial response to this is Mike Cronin's fault.
Easily Mike Cronin's
Can we get a picture of Mike Cronin on the screen?
Yeah, let's do that. Here, maybe I'll send you a video of when he sends me his dick.
That's not a lie, and that's what do we call the male Me Too movement?
I think it's I think that's it. I think that's what it's called. Shit. That's
What are
my
those?
dick. That's my dick, fella.
What are those nuts?
That's my dick, fella. Yeah, I don't. I think you said that there's a lot of things people don't like about us. Is that what you said?
I don't know if I said that, or you're just.
Oh, you said what's wrong with us, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, but.
We could turn this podcast into that. We could turn this podcast into the list of what's wrong with us.
But I don't.
And we could go another 7 years.
Another 7 years, pretty full. That would replace a lot of the stories which we've run out of.
Yeah.
And then we just get into. And how do we do that show? Is it a thing where because I don't think. Have you heard the term the therapy term reliable narrator? No. Your therapy's only as successful, and Justin will tell you this because he's dealt with that whole I had 2 dads but I have no dad situation.
Okay.
So, your therapy is only as successful as your ability to be a reliable narrator. So if you go in there and you are not telling exactly the truth. So I don't know if we did the show that way where we're just listing off stuff that is wrong about us. I think we have to do it for each other. So I come with 3 things that I think are wrong with you.
Yeah.
You come with 3 things that are wrong with me.
That should be good for us.
Our families would love that show. Yeah. But I think it ends the program.
We'd get a lot of text messages from our families going hey, I got 3 about it. I got 3 for him.
Let me help you out. I think it probably ruins our vacation to the Keys this year.
No, let's do it.
I think we started after the vacation to the Keys.
Okay. We're going to go to the Keys.
We're going to go to the
Keys.
Keys.
We're going to get on an airplane.
We're going to go to the Keys. Then we're going to go from the Keys to the Bahamas.
There we are. Gamble
We're
lot.
We're going to gamble a lot, and then we're going to float a boat. And this has been my plan the whole time. I haven't told you this part. Okay. So we go to the Keys.
Yeah.
We're going to see Tommy D. Old Tommy Dustin. Yeah. Hello, Tom. We're coming to see you. We're going to hang out in the Keys. We're going to go to the Hemingway house. I know you've been there before, but I want to treat you to a treat.
Thank you.
And then we're going to fly to one of the Caribbeans. And then we're going to gamble a lot. And then we're going to take a small boat deep out into the really pretty blue water. And we're going to sit there for an hour, and we're not going to say a word to one another.
Okay.
And then at the end of that hour, we're going to decide if we should go back.
Interesting.
Yep.
Huh.
Because I think if we make the choice to come back together, it's all forward from there.
And do you think, what are the other options, though? Didn't we have to just be on a boat with one another?
Yeah, well, we just go. We just go.
I don't like this plan because I don't think I'm coming back. I do have to tell you that the other day at the house,
okay,
Kelsey came in. She was pretty upset.
Okay.
And I go, oh, what's wrong? And it could have been anything. And she goes, I ran over a mouse coming into the garage. And she was upset. So then I have to pretend like I'm upset.
Sure.
I have to be like,
healthy.
Oh my God, a mouse?
Yeah.
Come here. Come into Daddy Bear's arms.
Do you say bear?
Let me squeeze.
Do you do the bear thing?
Sure.
We're doing the bear. We get Sunday bear, Jenna bear.
Sure.
And we don't have a daddy bear, but
I go, put your head on my chest.
I shouldn't have revealed that on the show. That sucks.
Put your head on my chest. And she's upset. But when she puts her I want her to put her head on my chest because I don't want her to be able to see my face. Because I'm very excited.
Okay.
Because what she doesn't know, she thinks that's the only mouse that's been killed. Downstairs in a metal filing cabinet where I tell her the important papers goes, there's a fucking arsenal of mouse traps. Because we live near a slough.
You do live near a slough.
And so there's like a lot of wildlife around and mice, of course. And she's like, there are ducks down there. I want to go feed the ducks. And I'm like,
why not?
Great, absolutely, because you know it's not going to follow you back to the house? A fucking mouse. There are traps in the yard. There are traps. Sometimes I'll hear a snap in the basement, And she'll go, what was that? And I go, I don't know, maybe Poe's down there or something. I'll go check. And then I just fucking grab this thing and just squeeze it a little harder because it's still wiggling. Well, I'm not an asshole. I'm not going to let it go, but if it's still wiggling, I'm going to make sure the jaws of life get it.
Absolutely.
And so I don't know what to do about that because if she finds it, I mean, if she is upset about accidentally running over it, I don't know what's going to happen.
What's she going to do when she realizes you've put on a mouse genocide in your basement?
Well, it's not really, I mean, it's not like we're being overrun by mice. There are
But
mice.
you're killing everyone that comes your
well,
direction.
there are mice here. It's like, I just want everybody to know you're not welcome here.
Yeah, it's like
right?
you're inside the castle and anyone who approaches the castle gets shot dead.
Yeah, pretty much. And then what I'd like to do is leave them as a sign like, this is where fucking mice die.
Do you think you should just open her laptop someday while she's in another room and just Google mice disease and then just leave that page open and just let her read through it?
Do I think I should open her laptop and sign in without her knowing about it? I don't.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't have a passcode on my laptop.
Why?
I didn't.
Because you have no secrets?
I have no secrets.
Oh, I hate this.
You don't have any secrets.
I don't have any secrets, but I have 4 fucking passwords you have to get through to get on my computer.
Yeah, well, that has to do with some other stuff. I'm still having the same problem. Like my empathy, I'm with Kelsey. My empathy for animals has become really, really off-putting. So Jenna is trying to kill spiders in the house. And so if I see a spider in a room before she gets to it, I will put it back outside.
Yeah, we do that too.
Yeah, I just don't understand why you have to kill. We've talked about this on the show. We've talked about it. But here's the thing. Mice are going to give you something. Mice are not there. They're going to ruin your home.
Yep, they're going to chew on a cord that's important.
Yep.
All of a sudden you're going to get in the hot tub and it's cold water in the middle of the winter.
Sure.
That's no fun.
Yeah,
You think and I had a wolf spider jump on the back of my hand. They fucking jump. They're jumping spiders.
Yeah, that sucks.
I opened up the shower at the cabin and I saw it kind of going. So I got some toilet paper and I was just going to have him crawl on the toilet paper. He jumped on the back of my hand and you know what I did? I went, that's the noise I made. Thinking that would help with a spider bite. Like
you were going to push his poison back out?
Yeah, kind of. That's what I was trying to. It's like the same noise you make when you have 1 minute to shit.
It's like those people who send a text message, like a dirty text message, but instead of their wife, they send it to like their cousin or something. And then they throw their phone against the wall thinking that if they break it, it won't get sent through the electrical universe.
Yeah, that's, oh my God. Sometimes I'll be texting with Kelsey and one of my kids, and I have to sit there. I hold it without any fingers even close to any buttons, and I'm like, explain to myself out loud, okay, you're talking to Olivia right now, but you're having that other conversation that's kind of fun with Kelsey, so you need to fucking 1 letter at a time with your left hand type in what you're going to say to Olivia and fucking read it backwards and forwards and make sure none of that shit from Kelsey stuff got into Olivia stuff, because that would be an absolute nightmare.
Can I give you a different proposal?
Sure.
You could instead not be a scumbag and separate those conversations out into different time periods. That's going to do it for us today on Middle of Somewhere.
The fuck it is! When you're my age, you got to take those conversations when you can get them. You can't go, maybe we could continue this later. I'm talking with my daughter right now, and I'll just be able to
I was saying pause
how
daughter.
How do you spell a pussy drying up? Because that's the text I would get from Kelsey.